my God!
A kick out!
What the hell is this? Oh, God!
Oh my! Push! Canceler!
Unbelievable!
Has been an absolutely brutal display.
Oh, my God!
That was freaking insane!
Make yourself famous!
Talk about a high-risk maneuver.
What?
The new champion! Here we go again for another edition of the UCT live podcast. I am Drake Stacy, joined as always by the Wigman Max Mercury. Welcome to today's episode. We are covering EWE Uprising from the UCT return week. If you have not checked out the show, link is in the description below as always. Go over, give it a watch. EWE does that classic, like old school YWE style of highlights where it's very quick, but quick in like the best way possible, where like the matches are still all structured really well. And it's great. Yeah, it's really great. 100%. So highly very recommend nostalgic. Yes, and a lot of the calls that you'll see on that show are like Arrow worked really hard to like 100% recreate everybody to how they used to look, and it's very good. Like they're all very, very good designs. So, and this show was no different. It was a really good show. Enjoyed it from top to bottom.
It's arguably his best. I think of his new this new season.
Yeah,
I would say at least it's up there with SummerSlam.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree. But yeah, let's get into it because like this show had what,
like 9 to 10 matches.
Yeah, 10 matches, and it's a 14.5-minute long video.
Yeah,
bravo. That is, I don't know how he does it. When I'm like editing highlights, I can't even get like 5 matches to that length. So that's really good. Love how he sticks to that style too. Like it doesn't really deviate. And this is probably one of his longer shows.
I think it is his longest.
So that's
14 minutes.
Yeah, that's saying something. So you love to see it.
So
yeah, your overall thoughts would be pretty much.
I think it's the same as yours. I think this was a great show. I got little to no complaints. Like I have nitpicks, but it's like very biased and just a catering to myself.
Okay.
But I'll get to it when I get to it.
All right. But yeah, this was great. Yeah. Really excited to jump in on this. So first match we got Rocker versus Jay Samoa. This was kind of set up from the tag team tournament qualifiers from Raw, I think. Yeah. Raw
or SmackDown. One of them.
Whatever, one of those build shows, they lost their match.
Yes.
Jay confronted him in the locker room, and now we have this match. Not a bad open.
Yeah.
I think in terms of card placement, this would have served better as number 2.
Yeah, a number 2 match would have been fine.
Like if you would just switch 1 and 2, like if you did the tag gauntlet first, and then you had this as the cooldown.
I would 100% agree. That would work well.
Yeah, I think that would have been better. But that's not to say this wasn't a bad match.
Yeah. Good to see Rocker get the win because I think back in their YWE feud, Jay won that feud. So it's good to see Rocker get a W 10 years later.
I love that Rocker design with the jigsaw mask, the puzzle mask. Looks so good. Like when Ace first made him when he came back, I was like, yes, somebody's using that mask. It's so good. Like it was taken from a real wrestler.
Yeah.
But like it's such a cool thing and not many people used it. So it kind of became like
his thing.
Yeah, Rocker's mask. So Yeah, and I've always been a big Rocker fan since like when he had the skull mask on. So like,
those are old days right there.
yeah. So yeah, really happy that he got the win here. It was a very good start to the show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and this episode seems short. It's because it is. It's like there's only so much you can talk about when it comes to like 1 minute long matches.
I will say this next match probably has the most to say because of all the stuff that happened.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's not that we like can't go into or don't want to go into too much like more depth than we do.
We can try.
We can try, but there's only so much we can say. So
of course.
Just want to get that out there. Next, tag title gauntlet. So this started with Swed coming out, and then Mart, as you said, was attacked in the back, and kind of gave the implication that it was Swed that did it. So we got basically the first leg of the gauntlet, which was 2-on-1. Swed wins.
Yes.
Then Bursek comes out. Swed wins again.
Yep.
But then they got attacked by Bursek after they got eliminated, which brought out the New Mexicals. And I thought as soon as
this was
I thought Swed was done.
I thought that was good booking though. You're like, oh, could it be New Mexicals? Could they be the ones to do it?
It looked like they were gonna be because Double D comes in and immediately hits that frog splash.
And you're like, that's it, it's over.
Yeah, and then I think it was Francois who kicked out. I could be wrong.
Probably.
But yeah, they
beat New Mexicals.
They beat the New Mexicals
with help from Rocky.
Yep. And then Brendan attacked Rocky.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
So Brendan
execution on the outside.
He attacks him, and then Brendan's fighting Swed 2-on-1 until DJ runs down toward the very end and basically helps Brendan win.
Yep.
And we're the new tag team champions. What a great start. What a great thing that happened there. You know, not just
that honeymoon phase has just begun. You guys are on good waters.
To sound completely biased, this was great. Loved it.
Yeah.
I will say though, I thought this might have carried on for one more show. Like they come out, I still thought DJ and Brendan would come out, but then maybe a miscommunication of some kind were to happen to where Swed would retain, and then maybe they do one more at the next show or something. I don't know, because they did beat them in the 6-man.
I will say it's a good point, but I feel like because like this angle has been going since King of the Ring.
Okay, yeah, it's been
like three CPVs now, and then add on to that the Raw SmackDown stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's the tag tournament going on now.
Yeah. I wonder if that was for like to qualify for the gauntlet.
I don't know. To be honest, I'd have to go back and watch.
Yeah.
My understanding that it was a tournament, and then the winners were going to be.
That's what I thought too. But then once all the winners competed in this match, I'm thinking retroactive. I'm wondering if it's like, oh, maybe it was like just qualifiers for this match.
I'm sure Arrow will probably say something about it. Yeah.
I will say, I did like Sweat's performance. I think this was like the strongest they've looked as a team in a very long time.
Yeah, they're looking good. I think 2022 is going to be good for them. But yeah, this was good. I really liked it, and the best result possible. Love going into a new year with a new belt. And speaking of going into, yeah, it's a great feeling. You know what? This is a message to all UCT federations, keep it going. If you got DJ signed, keep it going. I'd love to see it. But speaking of starting a new year with a new title, next match we got Thunder versus Joshie P for the Intercontinental Championship. I would say of all the matches that happened here, probably my least favorite.
I'd also agree.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of the title change, because Thunder just won it. This is his first appearance with the belt. And after the way he won it, where he just attacked Viper before the bell and just brutally injured him to the point that he's on the shelf now, I thought I would like, oh, okay, this is going to be a great run for Thunder. But then he lost the belt, and it seems like he's either out of the title picture now or it's going to be a triple threat.
And Joshie P just got like his debut was, hey, welcome to EWE. You're gonna challenge Thunder next. It's like, okay. Why?
Because he talked his way to a title shot.
Yikes! Big yikes! Didn't like it. The match was fine. Just I didn't like the result.
Yeah, it's a small misstep for the show, but it's whatever. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
In the end.
No. It's like the show overall is still very good. Just didn't like this. Next, we got Zacho versus Scott J.
First time ever, too.
Well, how often do you see Zacho booked nowadays? That's classic YUW right there.
Yeah, those calls are almost like on the same, almost on the same level as XWF calls, in that you can put them with anyone, and it's like that's a dream match right there.
It's brand new, probably something you've never seen before. Or like we saw earlier, an XYZ call. We'll come to that later.
Yeah,
different episode.
That was a shock.
That was a shock. I didn't even know who it was. Yeah. And I've seen every episode of YXW, XYZ, YXW. Christ.
I only know it just because of my, Mr. Spreadsheets over here. So I knew him before. But yeah, that was definitely a shock to see him.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that on a different episode.
Yeah,
but I'm very excited to get into that show. But this match was good. I was saying to you a little bit ago that I'm not very familiar with Scott J and his work. But from what I understand, he's pretty good.
Very good.
And so is Zacho. So with two guys who can work against each other, probably going to get a good match.
Yeah. Even if it didn't have a clean finish.
Yeah. But it's okay.
Yeah. It protects both of them.
Yeah.
And we had a big spot that was the reason for it ending like that. Because the big table bump, both men are knocked out. They can't finish.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I am too. We got a nice teaser at the end as well.
Yeah.
Next we got Jinji versus Kid Wild for the United States Championship. Before I talk about the match, you know what would have been a really nice little touch? I get that the bro code are, they're in their like classic gear, like the green and the white and black look. Because they were opponents, like they've been in the same gear in like multi-mans and whatnot, but this was just one-on-one.
Yeah.
Jinji primarily wears red now.
Yeah.
I think
that would have been good.
I think if you had put them in red instead of them basically just both wearing their bro code gear to differentiate, they're not a team today.
Yeah.
They're opponents today. That would have been just a nice little subtle
nice touch
thing.
Yeah.
I don't care that they were in the same gear, but when I was watching, I was like, you know what would have been good if you just
get that red attire, baby.
Yeah. All you'd really have to do is just change the green to red.
Yeah.
And that would have been just fine. But I like it. I like the result. I find it looks like whenever Jinji is in multi-man United States title matches with other members of the bro code, he somehow finds a way to win.
That's his title, man. He can't. Like honestly, when I think of Jinji, like it's usually with that US belt.
Yeah. Like it's the second or third time he's done that. Where the Bro Code member's been in the ring with him. He wins it. So nice to see that consistency. But yeah, this was a good match. Really, really liked it. This next pairing makes me laugh, just knowing Bear as a person. Because he does not like PJ Skills at all.
It's okay. It's his one wrong opinion. It's fine.
I don't hate PJ at all. I think he's who was I talking? I don't think it was here. I was saying, actually, you know what? I was talking to Bear, and I said to him, it was during the top 25 men of the year video. Yeah. Speaking of, if you have not checked that out,
please
go watch it. It's a long video, but worthwhile.
It's worth your time.
Yes, it is worthwhile to see who placed in the top 25 in the male division of UCT this year. So go over and take a look at that video. Link in the description.
Speaking of which, I remember at one point off camera you wanted to tell me your predictions for the top 5. Were you correct?
I was almost correct.
Oh, okay.
My prediction was Brendan 1,
yeah,
DJ 2, Johnny 3, Max 4, Antho 5. I was almost right if I switched you and Johnny. I was almost right, but I knew Brendan was going to be number 1 for weeks now.
1 and 2 were confirmed. 3 through 5 could have been however way you want it.
When you look at those point totals, it was like a 15-point difference.
I think it was literally like maybe 16, 17.
Yeah, from Brendan and I to you 3.
Yeah,
like so. Good year for everybody, really, in the top 5. But But back to what I was saying. I was talking to Bear, and it was during the video, and it was when you said Victor was like 20 something.
Number 20, yes. Victor X was one.
So when he came up, I was like, Victor X is one of those guys where like he's just universally liked. Like most people, or pretty much everybody in UCT, love Victor X. Just the caw. Even though he kind of started out as like a Jeff Hardy rip, essentially, or like heavily inspired by Jeff Hardy. But then just over time, he grew into something so much more than just Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, it's because of his heel work in YWE. Yeah. That personality became its own thing.
Yeah, so it became, I'm not just this, I am my own.
Yeah, X era
thing. Baby. That is how PJ Skills is. He definitely started, and he is inspired by AJ Styles.
AJ, yes.
Doesn't take it.
Oh my god!
Rocket scientist. I know, right? Like,
I couldn't.
Crazy. No. What do you mean? It's like yes, he used to be AJ Styles. Like before he turned heel. And then he grew into something so much more than just AJ Styles.
Yeah.
So I don't hate PJ at all because he's just who he is.
The solution is just turn them heel and the character writes itself.
You don't even really, I mean, yes, seems to be the formula for it. But really you just have just make them just act different. You don't have to necessarily, they could be a baby face and be
their own thing.
Yeah.
Because nothing in wrestling at all today is original. It's slight variations that make it unique.
Yeah. So that's kind of what these guys are. But Bear hates him.
It's because he didn't watch YWE back in the day.
So he
doesn't have that connection or the experience watching it.
Yeah. So he just sees him as AJ Styles.
Yeah.
So for him to have his caw, Jacob Drake, come to EWE and his first feud is PJ Skills, I think that's fucking hilarious. I think it's so funny. Because I was like, what are the odds Like the one guy you dislike the most is who one of your guys is facing first.
It's definitely very low because I don't think Arrow even knows about Bear's dislike for PJ. So it was very coincidental.
Well, he does now.
But now you do now after this podcast.
And Jacob Drake won. Yeah. So that was interesting.
And he cheated to win, right? Or like he did something at least where it was like,
yep.
Oh, that wasn't clean right there.
Yep. So it seems like this isn't done between them, and that's okay. Like I could stand to see another match from these two. It'll probably get if Arrow does like a Raw or SmackDown again to build to whatever he's doing next. It'll probably get addressed there. And then they'll have a match at the pay-per-view, which I assume PJ would win.
Maybe. Because so far the first two matches is PJ beat Jacob Drake via count out, and then Jacob Drake beat PJ. So I could see PJ winning, but Bear would hate it.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
But I almost want to see it happen because Bear being angry is so funny.
Yep. That'd be pretty great. So yeah, this was good. Next we got Arrow and Antho, Team Canada versus the Awesome Ones, Mario Sanchez and Phenom. This was well worked.
Yeah.
I like this match a lot. I also really enjoy seeing Mario and Phenom team. Love that.
Very rare. Doesn't happen too often.
No, it really doesn't. But it was such a good team in YWE that
that's so good.
Yeah, that moment of Mario, I was so happy for Mario at the time when he
debuted
came out. Yeah, because I remember watching that and I was like, hell yeah. Like he deserves to be here of all the people at the time. Like you should be on this show.
I will say I remember watching and I was like, who's this guy? Because I didn't watch any other show but YW.
Oh my god.
Who's this guy? Okay.
Whatever, damn it. And then there's like 6 of us in the comment section like, yes, Mario. It's the same thing when DJ debuted at the
literally the next
episode.
Night. How does that feel? To go on a tangent, you were one night off from,
it's all right.
Showing up at the biggest show in the company's history, arguably.
It's all right. You know what? When I look back on DJ's time in YWE so far, he started really good.
Yes.
And then when I went away, he dropped like real hard.
That happens to a lot of people now, actually, when you think about it.
And then when I came back, it wasn't an immediate like rise from there, but it was a slow.
That low card stuff at the moment.
I really like DJ's like come from nothing, worked his way up the card, back up the card.
Yeah.
As a face story, basically. I love it. So I wouldn't change his run for anything at this point. Back to the topic at hand. With this show, there's so many side tangent possibilities because
but that's what makes these podcasts fun. You never know where the conversation's gonna go.
Yeah, it's true. So but yeah, this was good. I really like this match.
I like Antho's attire. I like seeing him back. I like seeing him back in the shorts, the trunks,
and the black and white too. Like
it's good. It makes him look like a skeleton, which makes him look dead, which makes him look scarier and more imposing.
Yeah, rather than the orange and yellow gear that he started with.
Oh
yeah. I think he looked. I definitely
think when he was a young stud, muscular, but now he's got to wear the saggy pants and stuff because he's old.
Yeah, the retirement tour.
Oh yeah, I feel like I wonder if he's serious about it.
I think he is because I've talked to him numerous times about it, and I'm pretty sure this is a legit thing.
Yeah, so, I hope at the very least he's still in the community, still hangs out with us, but doesn't have to be in the shows.
I think he will, because he's still. We still love having him around.
Yeah.
So
he'll argue that I don't.
Yeah.
Love you, Antho. There, it's on camera. It's on video. You got it.
There's evidence of it. but yeah, he'll probably still stay. Just Antho, the Caw himself, will probably just be done wrestling.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it is crazy. Canada won. I feel like this might continue between them. I don't know. We'll see.
They're on SmackDown with Johnny, which I do think could play into future storylines.
Against each other or together?
You know what? I'll go into it more with Johnny's match.
Okay. All right. Well, we're almost there. We got one more. All right. But yeah, good match. Good match. Next we got Crazy One versus Sean versus Shadow. Triple threat. Was this for anything else? Was it number one contender?
It was a number one contenders. I'm gonna check for what title, but I'm pretty I can just check the wiki. I think they're all on the Raw brand, which would be for the world title that Rocky Yen holds.
Yeah. This was good overall. Yeah. I'm happy. Crazy One won, right?
Nope, Shadow won.
Shadow won? Okay.
So what happened was Crazy One hit his DDT on Sean. And then Shadow came in, took advantage of the situation, and then pinned Crazy One.
Okay. Still good.
Yeah, it was. I liked it. It was really fun.
Yeah. In the back of my mind, every time I see Sean wrestle, I just assume he's winning. I just assume because of how
his booking,
how he's booked everywhere. Like he's never booked to lose, ever.
For the rarest occasions he loses, sometimes it's not I don't think it's the right decision, but on the rare occasion he loses.
Depends on who it is. The one loss that he took that I really thought was good was in the King of the Ring tournament when he lost to Lula in the first round. Really that was surprising in like the best way.
And believable too because of Lula.
Yeah.
It's Lula.
And then he went on to win the tournament. So it's like you started off hot, like big win.
And
so
you kept it.
And you just kept going from there. So like that was a really good use of it. And like how like Sean, you can say whatever you want. He's one of the top performers in UCT ever.
Yeah.
So
1,800 plus days now. As with that title.
Yeah.
And I think with that match, it sets up Crazy One Sean. Because he's never defended against Crazy One, and Crazy One had him dead to rights, maybe, but we'll never know.
I thought that was going to be it. I thought he would, because he hit the DDT, and I was like, Sean's going to take the pin here?
Okay.
And then
Shadow
he
comes
got
in.
Tossed out, and I was like, no, he's not going to take the pin, but he's not going to win. So yeah, it looks like Shadow will be challenging next, whether it's at a pay-per-view or a Raw. I don't know yet.
I think it'll probably be a pay-per-view because I think Arrow really only does these Raws after like a big, like before or after a big show like SummerSlam or Royal Rumble.
Well, hopefully we get cards soon.
Yeah.
Because he's been plugging along really nicely as of late, so love to see that continue. Love to see more EWE. But yeah, this was good overall. Very good. Next for me was the match of the night, and I thought it should have made Victor versus Johnny.
Yeah, I would also agree.
I thought it should have made. It had more going into it, I think, than Rocky versus Angel.
Maybe.
And I think maybe you could debate it if you'd like. But I think the moment of Johnny
winning the belt,
beating Victor, would have been a better way to end than how we did end.
Yeah, with the face off between him and then his cousin Zacho.
Yeah,
that would have been neat.
So, yeah, so that's my thought. I thought it was
definitely
really
match
good.
of the night for me.
Yes, for sure. What did you want to say about the Canada Johnny?
I feel like Zacho seems like the guy. Well, I was gonna say he seems like the guy who would just like cash in for like a normal singles match, but like he's been Mr. Money in the Bank before, and he's cashed in like how anybody else has. But that's when he was a heel. But since Johnny is his cousin and he's a face right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a normal singles match, and then Johnny wins because with help of Team Canada. And then you get a heel stable as the top of SmackDown, and you get that feud going.
With heel Johnny.
Heel Johnny, heel Anto, heel Arrow. Because I feel like the feud with Mario and stuff is over. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, we can move on to other stuff.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Or it could be like a swerve of like maybe Canada targets Johnny.
Yes.
And then Zacho teams with him. They win. Zacho turns heel.
That would be cool.
Cashes in right after that.
I'll raise you one more. Even bigger dream fantasy scenario. Johnny Zacho, YUW guys come out.
Yes.
They help Zacho. Team YUW is here, feuding with Team Canada and other EWE guys. We get like an EWE versus YUW CPV.
Yes.
There you go. Arrow, take some notes. Go message Blow. Get the permission. Let's make it happen.
That'd be so cool.
If it happens, guys,
you could have
talk
like
because of me.
you could have that, and then like Viper could return, and then RJ could return. Ghostface, Troy.
Nitro was one of them, I believe.
Dr. Z,
Heartless.
Yes, just
get Heartless versus Rocker. Oh my god.
Yes, dude.
The matches are writing themselves.
Yeah, now we've got like,
and
because we're gonna start doing fantasy booking videos. We
definitely should.
We should actually. That'd be really fun.
Come with a good topic. I will say, I already forgot what I was gonna say, but basically, no, I remember because YUW's been gone. There's been a lot of prospect dream matches that have built up in their absence because they've been gone so long. That I would love to see it. I hope everybody watching this wants to see it. Let's make it happen.
This would actually be like the only show I'd want to see this on because of how little YUW was on the next gen games and how much Blow didn't like the next gen games. Yeah. And that's why he stopped. Like they're also recognizable in the older style of game. So when they come out if they were to come out for the first time, you would look at it and go, I know exactly who you are. Yeah. Because there would be no like, who is that? Like, no, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
Be sick.
I don't even mind if you take 3 months off to make the cause, Arrow.
Don't care.
It would be perfect for Mania weekend. There we go.
There you go.
It's all right. It's all right in itself. It's already gonna happen. I've willed it to happen.
It's welcome.
Gonna happen now.
So good. That would be so cool.
We're just on a roll with these fantasy rebooks.
We are. Keep it up. Keep it coming. But yeah, that was a big mark out moment for that for sure. But yeah, this was very good.
Yeah.
Victor was also a very good first champion
back. Yeah, and 4 successful defenses.
Yeah. So good.
Really
good start for that title. Then we got the main event. I can see why it was the main Rocky Angel Steel Cage EWE title. I guess I was just more invested in Victor Johnny than I was this.
And I think it's just because it was the better match.
Yeah.
Because I can see why Rocky Angel main evented, because this feud has been going on for a pretty long time. I think maybe even since before Money in the Bank. And since it was a big stipulation match, it makes sense. But yeah, I would say it was still good, but not as good as Victor X Johnny.
I just didn't like how it ended. Angel has the match won. He's climbing down the side of the cage, and then just Frank appears and just catches him, and then Rocky goes out the door. I was like,
it makes you feel that way on purpose, though. So I'll give him that. It makes Sweat Club even more just despicable.
I was just like, man, like, it's not even that I wanted Angel to win. I was just like, man.
But it makes you mad that Angel didn't win.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't want to. So if in a way it was kind of successful.
Yeah.
In that respect.
What it was supposed to do. But if I'm looking at it and comparing the two and how they ended.
Yeah.
With the visual image of Sweat celebrating on the top of the ramp after losing earlier in the night. Like, you made Rocky strong, right?
Yeah.
Like, you kept him strong compared to Johnny, the big celebration, after winning the stare with Zacho. Even if Zacho just came out on the ramp and had that animation where he's like tapping the briefcase, like, and that's how he went off. Like, that would have been a lot better of like a teaser, I think. Yeah. And it would have capped it off nicer for me, I think. But I don't hate the decision. I just think for me, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Booking it. Yeah. So that was really
that was a great show.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to think if he
did any
messaged me.
At this point, like,
no, he did not.
I'm ready for a fantasy booking video because these are fun.
we should figure that out and give ourselves like X number of time to like come up with something.
Definitely leave your suggestions in the comment section below. Maybe we'll look at it. But
if you
could have some ideas.
Yeah, if you guys have any ideas of like either storylines that have already happened or like something that
future stuff
that hasn't happened that you'd like to see us attempt, please let us know and we'll consider whatever is thrown out there. But we're just coming up with this idea now, but it sounds awesome, so I would love to do it. But that was EWE Uprising. Great show. If you have not checked it out, again, link in the description below. Follow us on Twitter at UCT Extra. Follow all UCT shows on Twitter and subscribe to their YouTube channels. And we will see you next time.
See ya.